All right, let's talk about Carmelo Anthony. So Carmelo Anthony was put in the Hall of Fame twice. Once as a complete NBA player with a Hall of Fame career, and second as a member of the 2008 U.S. Olympic men's team. And they call Carmelo literally Olympic Melo for a reason. He had a reputation for wrecking shit in the Olympics. You know, and then also he won a college championship. College shit counts in the Hall of Fame. So his first and only year, he won a championship at Syracuse. Then he got drafted by the Denver Nuggets, where the Nuggets, in his first year, he led the Nuggets to the playoffs because I think they won 22 games the year before, and then they won 43. You know, they played the Minnesota Timberwolves, in which they won a playoff game. I think they lost in 5 games. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, then Denver Nuggets were, you know, Carmelo Anthony took the Denver Nuggets as far as the Western Conference Finals. I believe that year was 2009. Yeah, it was 2009. Because they traded Iverson for Chauncey Billups. Yeah, because him and Iverson lost in the first round a couple times. Then they went and got Chauncey, and they went to the conference finals, where they lost in 6 games to the Lakers. You know, Kobe Bryant versus Carmelo was a hell of a battle. That was fun to watch. Great basketball. Then he was traded to the New York Knicks, where he's from. You know what I'm saying? He's from New York and Baltimore. So New York's one of his many hometowns and shit. So then he took New York as far as the second round of the playoffs, where they lost against the Miami Heat. Then he stayed in Knicks for quite a while. After that, then he was traded to Houston, where they cut him and disrespected him. And I feel like Carmelo's still like one of the most disrespected players in NBA history, because he came in at the same time as LeBron and D Wade. Those are 2 guys that teamed up and won championships together. So he was always compared to them. And then, you know, Carmelo got a reputation for being a problem and uncoachable. You know, in that narrative, you know, he had to miss almost the whole season. Then he ended up teaming up with Russell Westbrook and Paul George in Oklahoma, where they lost in the first round to Utah. Then he went over to, I believe it was Portland, to play with Dame Lillard, and they lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Lakers. Then he ended up joining the Lakers, you know, where they missed the playoffs entirely. And then I believe after that was when Carmelo Anthony retired. I felt like Carmelo had maybe about 2 more years left to play, in my opinion. But I just felt like I just wish that Carmelo Anthony would have just went to the Golden State Warriors. He would have won a championship there, because all he would have had to do was what Sean Livingston was doing, which was take the mid-range jumpers. But Carmelo Anthony, you know, he averaged 20 a game for damn near 15 years. Dude was a bucket, one of the greatest scorers to ever do this shit. So shout out to Carmelo Anthony. Iverson and Dwayne Wade walked Carmelo into the Hall of Fame.